David Coote speaks out for the first time since his sacking from the PGMOL. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to center around David Coote. We're finally going to shut the book on this one. Close this particular chapter in Premier League history with this video here today after he conducted an interview with, of all media outlets, the Sun newspaper, speaking out, I believe, for the first time since his sacking from the PGMOL and the Premier League, as he's now an ex-Premier League referee, of course. He spoke out in an interview, and the big revelation to come out of this interview is that he is gay. We're going to be talking about the interview, the revelations that came out of it, and everything else in between, and hopefully we're going to be closing the book once and for all on this whole David Coote situation. But before we go any further in discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading down below. So please do get involved down there. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk David Coote and this interview that he had conducted with the Sun newspaper. First instinct and first reaction to this was I genuinely don't care. I genuinely don't care, but because I've done so much on David Coote in the past, I felt it was necessary to obviously do this video to close the book once and for all on this David Coote situation. But overall, I genuinely don't care for it. The interview was coming. He was eventually going to speak out at some point about obviously what was going on, trying to justify his actions, I guess you could say. And this is what we get. We get an interview of all media outlets, the Sun, and he basically comes out as gay in it. He basically says that he's been gay for a while, but he didn't quite know how to obviously bring it to his professional career. He didn't know how people would react professionally towards him. And in all honesty, I applaud him for coming out, because it must take a lot of courage to do that. But the fact of the matter is, we wouldn't know anything about this had he not been caught. And if he hadn't have been caught, he probably still would have been doing this. And my thoughts to this are with football, not his personal life. In his personal life, do whatever the hell you like. I don't care. Sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. Be whoever you are. As long as you're happy in your personal life, who cares what anybody else thinks? Especially not in the job that you're in. I don't care, and I'm sure a lot of you don't care. I'm sure there are some people out there that will care and that will, be hurling abuse and stuff at him. But that's because we are a damaged and broken society, and it's an ignorant one, to say the least. There are always going to be some people out there that are like that. It's unfortunate, it's horrific, it's horrible. It shouldn't be any sort of place in society for that, but that is the ignorant society that we somewhat live in. And I can understand why some level of fear is there. I can understand why some level of anxiety is there to express who you are and to put it into your professional life as well, where you're being watched. But at the same time, as a football fan, I'm questioning your integrity based on the fact that you decided the best way to handle apparently coming out as gay is to do drugs and to take cocaine and to take or white substance, white powder, whatever the case may be. To take all of that stuff as a way to try and combat it. It makes no sense to me. I'll never understand it. I'll never have the courage to do that, because obviously I don't need to, so I'll never understand it on that level. But at the same time, there's better ways of handling it. And I think he goes on to say, I should have handled it better. And I think he paraphrases that and he makes allusion to the fact that maybe he should have handled it better and all of that stuff. But the only reason why you're saying that now, in my opinion, is because you got caught. You got caught. And not only that as well, but one thing I will say is that even if it was brought to the public domain, I shouldn't know who you are. As a football fan, I should not know who you are. You're not a celebrity. You're not a footballer. You should be a neutral, integral authority figure that is just running the game. That is officiating the game and running the game that I see 90 minutes week in, week out. I shouldn't know who you are. I should just see you as just a name. I shouldn't know who you are. I shouldn't know anything about you. The only thing I should know about you is the fact that you are a referee who holds no biases towards the two teams that are playing in the match that you are officiating. And yet, all of this stuff comes out, and we instantly go through the back catalogue of your games that you've refereed, and we're going, was something going on in his personal life that may have affected certain judgments here? Was unconscious bias a reason for why he made a certain decision in a certain game? I shouldn't know who these referees are. I shouldn't know the names of the likes of Anthony Taylor, even when Mike Dean was refereeing, Mike Dean, John Moss, all of these referees, I shouldn't know who they are. And I can probably suspect that there are a lot of leagues out there, a lot of top leagues, La Liga, Serie A, Ligue 1, Bundesliga, in which they may have a similar sort of story. Maybe they know some referees, but maybe some referees, they're like, oh, I don't know who this guy is. And that's good, because we shouldn't know who you are. We shouldn't know who you are. So if you were to come out as gay, if you were to come out as whatever, we don't care. Because at the end of the day, as long as you're getting the decisions right on the pitch, as long as you're keeping your integrity in check, as long as you're, even if you do make mistakes, you're rectifying them at some point later on down the line, we shouldn't know who you are, other than you are a referee that is impartial, that is non-biased, and doesn't hold any grudges or biases against the teams that you are refereeing and officiating on that very day. That's my thing towards it. And we shouldn't know whether you're doing drugs. We shouldn't know your sexual orientation. We shouldn't know any of this stuff, because at the end of the day, we're not paying money to see you. Nobody is paying for Sky, BT, TNT, Amazon. No one is paying to go to the games themselves and going, I hope David Coote's refereeing today. I hope this guy's refereeing today. We don't go for the referees. There will be abuse. There will be some levels of banter. And it's just, like I say, an ignorant society that we are living in because of that. And, as football fans, we shouldn't care about that. We should basically go, are they good at football? Fantastic. Love them. Are they good at doing their job as a referee? Fantastic. No problems there then. We can enjoy a very fair, neutral, very few mistakes, because there are going to be mistakes in the game. We understand that. Nothing's going to be ever perfect game out there today. But instead, things like this crop up. And when they do crop up, that's when we have an issue. No one cares about his sexual orientation. A lot of people that I've read online and stuff in response to this have basically said that this is a bit of a cop-out. And it is a strange one, to say the least, because don't remember or don't think that a response to your sexual orientation, your personal life, whatever the case may be, should lead you down a path of drugs and things like that. And then we're sat here as fans questioning your integrity. We are sat here as fans questioning whether you were under some sort of influence to make certain decisions. It just seemed a very baffling sort of reason and justification to me as to why he did all this stuff. Look, I'm glad he's getting the help that he needs and wants, because obviously there's a human element, and I've always said the human element is important. So I'm glad that he's getting well looked after, it seems. Hopefully for him, this is a wake-up call. Hopefully this is now, he can lay that to bed. He doesn't have to worry about the pressure of him coming out anymore. If he was genuinely feeling worried about that aspect of his life now coming out, he's out of the limelight, he's out of the spotlight. He's got his interview out there. He's got his justification out there. Whether it's a weak one, whether it's a strong one, in your personal opinion, that is up to you to decide. I personally, like I say, I find it weak, but I also do not care in the slightest about his personal life, because you're just a referee to me. you just come in, game after game, referee, officiate it to the best of your ability, and then I don't care about you until I see you again refereeing again. And hopefully now this is obviously the making of a better man, a better David Coote in the future. Better for him, better for his family, better for, if he has a partner, his partner. Better for everybody involved as far as what he's concerned. But like I say, this wouldn't have come out if he hadn't have been caught. And that's where I kind of feel like it's a very weak argument and a weak justification, that this would not have come out. This would not have come out in the way that it has done. This would not have been blown up the way that it has done unless he didn't get caught. Unless those videos of him slagging off Jurgen Klopp didn't surface to the public domain. If those videos of him under the influence of something whilst meant to be away on duty refereeing games for a European Championship didn't surface. And even the match fixing, which he has denied. He has denied that he is guilty of match fixing. But, you know, if they are genuine screenshots and if they are genuine messages, it doesn't look good. It genuinely does not look good. So, yeah, there is a lot there to unpack, but hopefully now we have laid everything down to rest when it comes to talking about David Coote. The interview that he did in The Sun yesterday, like I say, I don't want to give The Sun any kind of credit, but at the same time, I did feel like with us doing a lot of stuff on David Coote, we should probably close the book on this once and for all. And this seems to be a way of doing that. I don't personally buy it. I don't personally buy the interview, should I say. Obviously, I don't buy The Sun. That'd be crazy. I don't buy the interview. I don't really buy the justification for it. I think it's a very weak justification. Maybe I'm being a bit ignorant myself when I say that. Maybe I'm not fully understanding the kind of pressures and the kind of worry, anxiety, and everything else that he was maybe going through at the time to maybe get this, I guess you'd say, monkey off his back kind of thing that he may feel like he needed to get out there and get this thing off his chest. Maybe you agree with me. I don't know. But these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of this whole David Coote situation? Do you care for this news story? Do you not? Do you maybe agree with me that we shouldn't care and we shouldn't know anything about referees to make us care, and we just gloss over it anyway, even if it did come out into the public domain? Or do you think that we should know more about referees in the top flight division, at least, of the modern game? Let me know what you guys have to say on this. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, will make for great interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. So please do get involved down there. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon.